Hello everyone. In this tutorial, we'll discuss about what to do if, for example, a given bidder or ad network has a month-to-date revenue discrepancy of less than 90%. So we always have to consider the performance or the revenue discrepancy month-to-date, no, not just daily, okay? So if it's less than 90% month-to-date, you set a goal of 110% instead of the usual or the standard 100%. For example, if the month-to-date revenue discrepancy is 75% and yesterday's revenue discrepancy shows 105%, then your current scale discrepancy value on Tools.m2 is at 0.85, then your calculation should be 105 over 110, because remember, our goal is 110%. Then multiply that by 0.85. So the result here is 0.95, and that gives you 0.81. And this is now the new scale discrepancy value that you will implement on Tools.m2. Once the month-to-date revenue discrepancy picks up and hits at least 90%, then you can go back to the usual or the standard goal of 100%. Now let's take one example right here. So if you notice here, Define Media, month-to-date revenue discrepancy is at 83.87. So that's obviously less than 90%. So that is because this needs to compensate for the loss for the last 2 days that it has been discrepant. We have to set 110% as our goal, meaning we are trying to overscale it just a little bit until it picks up and this becomes at least 90% month to date. All right, so how do we do that? So let's say here the result for yesterday was 157%. So that makes it 157 divided by 110. That's only 1.43. Now that will be your multiplier here. So current scale discrepancy value is 0.65. So multiply by 0.65 and result is 0.93. So that is now the new value that you will have in there for your scale discrepancy. Now let's say, for example, after about 2 to 3 days, it was able to pick up, it was able to hit at least 90% here. Then whatever percentage for the revenue discrepancy you have here, you use that straight away as your multiplier. You don't have to divide that by 110 and like what we did for the discrepant month-to-date revenue discrepancy earlier. All right, so if it shows here, let's say 101%, and this is already at least 90% here, then you can just go ahead and say, okay, so current scale discrepancy 0.93 times 1.01, and that should be it straight away. But again, you have to keep an eye on the month-to-date discrepancy. So for some of these, for example, right here, 152 Media, it's at least 90% month-to-date. So I can just go ahead and use that for my calculation. No need to divide by 110. Same with this, for example. So CPX, I can just say, okay, 110% or 1.1 times whatever's be real time value in here, and that should be it. All right, guys, so if you have any questions, suggestions, let me know. Thank you.